So now let's move on to kind of an unfortunate topic, I suppose. It's more of an irritating one than anything because it's just Splatoon. So that's what it is. The Splatoon. First of all, I love Splatoon 1. Splatoon 2 just came out, and for me personally, not being somebody who hardcore goes on forums and um talks with like communities, particularly, at least I definitely don't talk with like a Splatoon community. The one thing I've noticed about Splatoon 2 is that a lot of the game is being overshadowed by the fact that it has a horrible voice chat option, and there's a lot of people saying things like, well, we want this to be competitive, but in its current state, it just probably wouldn't be a very good competitive game. And it's not because of the gameplay. For the most part, every competitive game has gameplay problems. Splatoon 2, if Nintendo really wanted this to be a competitive game that people like pros could get in on and be really good at the game, whatever, they have to get over their fear of online interactions. This has been something that Nintendo has for years done. Trying to think, like the earliest they had, I can think online interactions like the DS. It had a microphone, but you couldn't really interact with people. The Wii was terrible online. I remember playing Brawl online. It's horrible. And the Wii U was not much better. The only good online Nintendo experiences I can think of besides Splatoon 1, minus the voice chat for Splatoon 1 though, again, is Mario Kart. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. It's literally exactly what it sounds like, Mario Kart. Mario Kart Wii had pretty decent online, and Mario Kart Wii U had good online. It had everything you needed. The voice chat still sucked. I think you could only do it in between games too. You couldn't chat, and maybe you could only do it in lobby. I can't remember. I never used it because I knew there was going to be limitations. So what I would always do is get on my Xbox 360 or Xbox One, whatever it was at the time, and I'd join a party on there. I know a lot of people use Discord or something like that. The way the Splatoon voice chat is set up, first of all, is ridiculous. I'm gonna look up a picture of it right now, because I know there's like that picture floating around the internet of like how it works, or so you have to have, well, first of all, you have your Switch. It plugs into this. You have a jack that plugs into the top of the Switch that plugs into this device that you buy. I don't even know what to call it. And there's a headset that plugs into that. And you have to buy the headset. It's a Hori headset, advertised in the game of Splatoon, and it's also, I would assume it's the only one you could use currently. I don't know. It does look like a 3.5 millimeter head jack. I can't confirm that, but so maybe you could use your own headset. I don't know. That's not the point, because the headset, I don't know if it's shit or not, but that's not even the main problem here. The problem with that already is hooking up your damn Switch to this device that you have to buy for Splatoon, or I don't know if it'll work on other Switch games. If it does, it's not worth anything right now except Splatoon, maybe Mario Kart. But so you plug your headset into that adapter and also the Switch into that. But there's a third thing. You have to download an app on a cell phone and then plug that into this adapter. So the Switch and the cell phone both go on one side, and on the other side goes the headset, and then you have to put that on. And from what I understand, you can only talk, I would assume it's in-game. I think you can't talk during the menus. It's a fucking mess. It's ridiculous. I don't know why Nintendo is so afraid. Well, okay, I guess I get it, but there's a lot of nasty people online, but when it comes to like kids and stuff, you can always add in things like restrictions and they shouldn't be afraid of like grown men going online and trying to chat with other people online. Because Splatoon is, unless they are like so hardcore Nintendo fanboys that they've never played any other console, they've probably played a game online before. They're probably mature enough. It's fine. And the other thing is that if Nintendo is afraid of that being a problem, and this should just be in it anyways, the ability to block certain people, the ability to mute people, the ability to report people. That is common for, any online game. Nintendo, the main appeal of Splatoon is the online. Splatoon 1 single player was a joke, and Splatoon 2's, while it does look better, is not the main appeal of Splatoon. I don't know what Nintendo is so afraid of. I get that there's a lot of nasty people online, but it's basically like it's kind of like there's a lot of nasty people out in the world too, but you're not just gonna not leave your house. So, and this is something that Splatoon desperately needs. And I remember when they announced this voice thing and it sounded so convoluted, I didn't even look into it. It's really not... Oops, I hit the mic again. It's really not like all that convoluted. It's like 3 chords and 3 devices. Cell phone, the Switch, and the headset. But just to be able to use voice chat, it's pretty convoluted. And I mean, that's ridiculous anyways, because this just looking at this picture here, it reminds me of like a PS2 era online, and I guess not the whole era because Xbox wasn't really like that back then, but the PS2's online like headset thing. But it's just Nintendo is so far behind in terms of online things. And I know that it sucks that we're going to have to pay for their online soon, which is already one thing, because it's like, it kind of sucks to, okay, it's kind of, it goes 2 ways here. You've got to start paying for your online to play the Nintendo games online. I don't know when that starts, so they can improve the online. But it's also like you're paying for an online that's shit, so you're kind of supporting a shitty online to make it better, and it's a little bit like, I don't know how I feel about that, because it's like, I don't want to be the guy who's paying like the money to Nintendo to boost their online stuff until I know for sure that it's going to be good and successful. Nintendo is a very smart company, but online is something they've never figured out. That's actually like the one thing with Nintendo I just don't know if I have faith in. So I hope everybody's enjoying Splatoon 2. I actually haven't got it yet. I really want it. I love Splatoon, but this has to stop with Nintendo. They really, if they want to, well, I guess it doesn't have to. They always find a way. But if they want to really expand out into this online thing, then or like as an esport with Splatoon, I don't know. Maybe they don't have that in their plans. But I think that makes every online game competitively more interesting, and eventually it'll just make Splatoon feel watered down. It's unique enough, it's different enough in true Nintendo fashion, but I just can never support their, well, I want to support their online efforts, but as of right now, it's just so shit. I mean, the good news is that Switch games seem to work pretty well online, so that's a step up, because like I said, the Wii did not work online like at all, other than shopping, maybe like streaming or something, like YouTube. And the Wii U wasn't that much better. Mario Kart, like I said, it was pretty good for both consoles, but other than that, like, even Smash Bros. On the Wii U, and that's like the one game, it's like, God, you had to get the online. I wish you could have got the online for that game. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that Splatoon is kind of, I wouldn't say being, I don't know, maybe overshadowed is a strong word, but Splatoon 2, a lot of the attention or a lot of the stories have been one of two things. Like, Splatoon's a pretty good game, Splatoon 2 that is, or the story is, fuck this headset bullshit voice thing, whatever. It's just convoluted and stupid. So, that's all I have to say about that. I mean, I'm sure Nintendo will have more online issues in the future, and hopefully when, people start paying money, they really do improve the online, because I really want them to. And if they do port Smash Bros. To the Switch, they can't have another shitty online Smash Bros. They gotta figure this one out, right? I don't know. So, root for Nintendo there. I don't know if I can, I don't know when I'm gonna hop onto that train, the online Nintendo train, because it doesn't look to be getting better anytime soon. I mean, this game just came out. And it's not like the online sucks for it, but just the fact that they can't even figure voice chat out, that's still a really shitty thing for your online game. Anyways, moving on.